With a black crown on its forehead, long neck, bare legs, horizontal body, and majestic strides, the Great Indian Bustard is quite a sight to behold. This bird, which is among the world's heaviest flying birds, is up to 4 feet tall and weighs at least 15 kgs. These birds exist in dense grasslands and are terrestrial birds, which feed on insects, lizards, and grass seeds. This species is native to the Indian subcontinent. If you're wondering why you've never seen it before, it's because it's on the brink of extinction. From once being common in the entire Indian subcontinent, its habitat has now shrunk to just 10% of the Indian subcontinent. Its presence is now restricted to just Gujarat and Rajasthan. The Great Indian Bustard was once in the running to be crowned India's national bird, but lost the title to the peacock. This was because of the potential of its name being misspelled or misheard. From almost being our national bird, the Great Indian Bustard is now on the brink of extinction. One of the main reasons these Great Indian Bustards are going extinct is because of the overhead power cables in India. On Thursday, the Supreme Court issued an ultimatum to the Gujarat and Rajasthan state governments and private power producers in these states to install bird diverters on overhead power transmission lines by July 20 in all priority habitats where the Great Indian Bustard is now left. A bird diverter is a flapper-based device that hangs in transmission wires and helps birds change their flight path. The dynamic movement of the diverter alerts birds from a far-off distance. These diverters also have reflectors that emit light and can redirect the birds at night. It is mounted on power lines using a strong snap clamp. The verdict comes after the state governments and private companies have been slack in implementing the Supreme Court's April 2021 order to underlay all power cables in these states. The Supreme Court has also appointed a 3-member expert committee to implement uniform standards and quality bird diverters in consultation with the Central Electricity Authority. It has also asked the state governments concerned and private companies to identify the length of their power lines, how many bird diverters will be required to cover them, and to submit these details in 3 weeks. The court has also ordered a ban on any more overhead power transmission lines being erected unless they are granted an exemption. It is also pushing for existing power lines to be eventually laid underground. The Great Indian Bustards lack frontal vision, as a result of which they more often than not come into contact with live power cables. They can't detect power lines in time, and their weight makes in-flight quick maneuvers difficult, causing their deaths. There are just 150 Great Indian Bustards left in the wild in India. They are now a critically endangered species. The government is also undertaking other efforts by ramping up renewable energy infrastructure in these regions as an alternative to hazardous power lines. In 2015, the central government launched the GIP Species Recovery Program. Under this program, the Wildlife Institute of India and the Rajasthan Forest Department have jointly set up conservation breeding centers where the birds' eggs harvested from the wild are incubated artificially. The hatchlings are then raised in a controlled environment before being released into the wild. It remains to be seen if these efforts will succeed in saving the species native to India from extinction. A Federal Report.